So, the single most disappointing revelation of my childhood was when I found out that contrary to the 100% scientifically accurate Jurassic Park movies portrayed, we'd probably never be able to resurrect the dinosaurs. Why have you failed us so miserably, science? You had one job: prevent the AI from taking over the world and make me dinosaurs that I could ride in my backyard. But what's this? A glimmer of hope, maybe? Well, sort of. Not really. Harvard University is reportedly making some real headway on combining elephant and woolly mammoth genes, and I guess that's pretty dope too. It's no T-Rex or Pteranodon or friggin' Velociraptor who's domesticated and I can ride around like he's a horse. But still, we've known for a while now that this project by Harvard University was in the works. The whole thing kicked off back in 2015 when Professor George Church, a geneticist over at Harvard, made it his mission to make an elephant-woolly mammoth hybrid a thing. In order to create such a creature, Church and his researchers have been hard at work figuring out how to edit mammoth DNA into that of elephants. But isolating and bringing mammoth genes back to life is no easy task, apparently, because I'm not a geneticist. But even so, the team has apparently been able to do that for 44 of the woolly mammoth genes. That's a significant portion. It's not. We have a lot of genes. 44 is not a big number. But splicing DNA is only one step in this pretty major undertaking. Another puzzle the researchers needed to solve before we can all start riding woolly mammoths like we've always dreamt about, or, you know, using them as creatures of war like they do in Lord of the Rings, except for those are Woolyphants and they don't have hair. But imagine if they had hair, that'd be easier to climb up like Legolas did. Anyways, I'm going off somewhere else. So the embryos containing the edited DNA have to be implanted somewhere and then, you know, born and stuff, because that's how mammals do things. While it's not a major stretch to implant the embryos into a female elephant, risking the lives or reproductive capabilities of endangered animals is not probably the best or smartest or kosher idea. Instead, the researchers are planning to use artificial wombs to grow the baby Woolyphants, which is what I will be calling them for the remainder of this video. So according to Church, they, quote, have one paper coming out which is a general method where we can turn stem cells into any tissue you want, and in this case we want decidua, which is the tissue into which the embryos implant, and we're trying to make a vascularized version of that. Vascularized, in my biology remembrance, just means that there's blood that flows to it. So while doing so is most likely as complicated as it sounds, it's already been done. According to a Digital Trends article from last year, Church and his team have already been able to, quote, grow a mouse embryo in an artificial womb from halfway through its gestation period, end quote. Now, one question we had, and many of you probably have too, is why? Why bring back genes from animals that died out more than 40,000 years ago, and why edit elephant genes at all? Well, the answer, because we can, and because that would be totally sick, would be perfect for us. It's actually a little more altruistic than that. Conservation. Elephants are endangered animals largely due to poaching in an ever-shrinking habitat, and by adding certain genes, researchers can help solve both of those issues. According to the Telegraph, engineering elephant DNA to prevent them from growing tusks and adding in mammoth DNA to make them hardy enough to survive away in Africa or from Africa or India could be the key to tackling poaching, so moving them outside of their native habitats. Adding in additional genes that will allow these hybrids to live off of a more inclusive diet might also be in the works, further helping them thrive in more varied environments. Elephants roaming out in Colorado, could you imagine? Just like the bison, but now we have Woolyphants. So even though the team behind the project are making great strides, we'll likely still have to wait another 8 to 10 years or longer before these exceptionally cool sounding creatures actually start walking the earth. But honestly, the concept of extinct animals having a hand in preserving their modern day spin-offs is really fascinating to us, even if we can't get that dang Ian Malcolm quote out of our heads.
But your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
But I want to hear your thoughts. Are you excited about Woolyphants? Do you think that this is a great advancement in science? Do you think this is something that we should steer away from because we have unintended consequences when we start splicing DNA together? I mean, it's coming to the forefront. We have CRISPR-Cas9 technology. We have like the DNA and animals and all, like everything merging at this point. Like it's just going to be the way of the future, my friends. It's something that I put plenty of time and research into actually learning about, but I haven't really had a chance or opportunity to talk about it here on the channel. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation down there in the community Discord. Be sure to smash the like button. If you enjoyed this video, please get subscribed to stay up to date on all of our tech-related content, which includes gene splicing of Woolyphants. That's just the way we roll around here. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me while I'm traveling on the road. I am Brett with the UFD Tech Channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. I don't know why I got up early, but it works. Cheers.